I'm doing what I'm doing because there's so many kids out there who are like me. When I was a kid, I was a weird one. Little Jennifer stories are everywhere because but I pretended to sort of fit in and play like everyone else, but I never felt like everyone else. And then my life took some weird twists and turns, some tragedy and some travel, and I experienced things that I guess most people don't get to. And I came back kind of like Frodo Baggins, having gone out into the world and had all these experiences, and I came back to Saskatoon and I tried to fit back in. I tried to fit into schools as a substitute teacher, and it broke my heart that the way I taught in Korea, in my own classroom where I was in, I got to do things the way I thought was best for these kids and write curriculum and plan around them. I barely got to know the kids' names. And I am not a good substitute teacher. It's physically demanding on me, and it was too hard. And it was breaking me. And I could see the cracks in the system being there. How many kids were falling through, unless they were really the most severe need. If they weren't making a lot of noise, they didn't get the help they needed. And I couldn't help them until I stepped away from the classroom. And being fortunate enough to have the opportunity with this space, with the community of friends and people from my past and my present that have people like you who've been inspired, I guess, by what I'm doing, because I am doing something really different. It's hard to understand sometimes because I'm not trying to be I'm not an after school club. I'm not a homeschool or a replacement for school. I'm trying to take a burden off the school system by giving the kids who don't get enough at school that extra attention here, that one-on-one, small group, little bit of knowing that they're found a place that resonates. For me as a kid who didn't fit in unless I pretended to be like everybody else. And I did a lot of drama, and I did a lot of, things in my life. If you look through my portfolio of experiences, I was trying a lot of things to figure out who I was. And I realized I was building the experience to do something unique, to bring together all these different skills into this space with a whole lot of diverse people with different brains, and build a multi-generational learning environment based on everything I've ever learned, and start to push the paradigm of what education can look like, and offer alternatives for parents and families who aren't finding what they need in the system and don't want to leave the system, just want something to help. And that's why I do what I do, because I have always just been someone who wants to help. Ask my mom. If I saw a kid crying in the playground, I had to go and check if they were okay. And that has been who I have been my whole life. And it matters more to me that my people are okay than profit or anything else. And I want my kids to have a community. So I'm taking the really big, scary step of making videos and being on the internet, because what I was doing before was so small. It wasn't sustainable. I didn't know how to get the attention and do the work at the same time, because I'm used to having a staff in a school that recruits kids for me, and here I'm having to beg for kids. So I found help, and now I can do what I do even better.
That's amazing. That's really good, and that's part of the reason why I support you and what you do, is because I believe in you and I believe in this.
And you inspire me by showing up, and it makes me feel like I'm on the right track. So thank you for believing in me and helping, because I would not be able to do this without you.
It takes a village.